Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine. Today I have come, yes, with a new video, and this video is related to chapter 1. Already two parts of this chapter I covered. This is my last part of characteristic of successful entrepreneur. In this, I will discuss two main topics: myths of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship as a career. One by one, I will discuss. So, first part, that is the myth of entrepreneurship. Students, there are many myths about characteristics and traits of entrepreneurs. Some of these myths are: first one, entrepreneurs are born a certain way. It is an assumption that entrepreneurial qualities are inborn and that only people with certain natural talents can become entrepreneurs. This is a myth, and research has established that almost anyone can be an entrepreneur with the right skills, drive, and passion. There is no set defined way to point towards personality types of entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship is a learned skill, not a natural born ability. The next point is great ideas are what makes entrepreneurs. In actuality, there is no real or commercial value of just an idea. People who are able to execute the idea and turn it into a business are referred as entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurs do not necessarily reinvent the wheel. Many times they take existing ideas to make a business out of it. Next one, entrepreneurs have to take a lot of risk. Students, while entrepreneurs definitely have to bear some risk, they do not necessarily put themselves in a high risk situation. Entrepreneurs take calculated risk and weigh risk versus reward. Next, businesses either skyrocket or fell. Although select few startup skyrocket and receive all the media attention, while many ventures make it big and may fail. A lot of businesses are run with patience and strategy with a focus on gradual growth. Next, a lot of money is required to start any business. While certain amount of capital is required for take a business off the ground, it varies depending on the business. The key in entrepreneurship is to start with the resource available and grows slowly and steadily. It is not necessary that one should fear from entrepreneurship due to lack of financial resources. The last point is one must know everything before starting a business. Students, running business requires even greater sacrifice and commitment. Sometimes it feels like the world is against you in every route you decide to take, my dear. While this may seem like an impossible task, things can be a bit smoother if you take the time to do some planning, trusting the business that you will get on top at one point is key. But again, commitment to the business is very important. The next topic is entrepreneurship as a career. A few people are not even aware that having their very own business or independent work can be a choice. Other people who are aware never at any point think about it in their whole lifetime. This is on the grounds of an imperfect perception that we were destined to work for big companies. While there is nothing wrong with working for any organization, it is basic for youngsters to be educated that they have two options. They can be job creator and the second one job seekers. Once the awareness of the two career choices comes in, it is important to understand how taking the route of entrepreneurship benefits an individual. Students, you can see there are 7 points. One by one, I am going to discuss. First one is nurtures development of entrepreneurial skills and capabilities. Entrepreneurship cultivates unique skill and encourages outside the box thinking. It instills confidence, creates opportunity, offers solutions, and stimulates the economy. Entrepreneurship education provides with the skills and knowledge to come up with business idea and develop ventures. Next part enables application of an entrepreneurial mindset. Entrepreneurial mindset and skills are not necessarily only relevant of today, are basically entrepreneurial skills. In fact, having an entrepreneurial mindset and wide range of business relevant skills acquired through studying entrepreneurship would make one an ideal candidate in most fields. Next, develops the ability to handle failure and ambiguity. In the Indian culture, since childhood, failure is looked upon as something intolerable bad. However, a critical part of learning in the entrepreneurial process is to learn from failure. Going through this process helps to learn from mistakes, take failures positively, and stay motivated to work towards achieving the goal. Next one is enhances critical thinking and problem solving ability. The ability of think critically and solves problem is essential to succeed in the world of business. The focus of learning is not on these aspects during our school years. Learning entrepreneurship exposes one to numerous opportunities that force one to think critically, analyze all alternatives, and consider possible solutions. Next one is provides early exposure to the real world. Working professionally in the real world requires one to collaborate, think creatively, and demonstrate proficiency. In most cases, real life exposure during educational years remains limited. Entrepreneurship practice at an early stage in one's career encourages activities such as going out and interacting with customers, creating concepts and ideas, preparing detailed documents, working with investors, etc., which gives great exposure and knowledge about the trends and needs of the real world. Next, inspires to think about one's career differently. Many students do not even consider that they can try to work on business idea, take up entrepreneurial projects, take the initiative to impact society, etc. Thus, they tend to develop a certain trail of thoughts about their career from graduating high school to college to looking for a job. If entrepreneurship exposure is given at the first point when one starts thinking towards building a career, it can help them to think of different career options and exploring what they are actually passionate about. Next, leads to creating difference in society. Entrepreneurs not only economically impact society, but they also work on identifying the real needs and problem of people and solving them. Learning entrepreneurship encourages one to find problems that need to be solved, invent a solution for them, and ultimately make the world a better place. I think this video will help you a lot to understand, yes, the myth and yeah, the myth and entrepreneurship as a career. Thank you, my dear.